Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. Bucs football season is here, and Tampa Bay kicks off the 2025 preseason at home against the Tennessee Titans on Saturday night at Raymond James Stadium. Bucs and Titans just had a spirited joint practice session on Thursday at One Buck Place, so this should be a good one. I've got 5 Tampa Bay players that I'm really excited to see play in the preseason opener, and I'm going to share those names with you along with the reasoning in today's Pewter Pulse video. Now, I'm going to get into that in just a minute, but first, let me remind you, hit the thumbs up button on this video, give it a like, also leave a comment. Love reading your comments. When you do those two things, it helps us with the YouTube algorithm, gets our videos out in front of more awesome Bucs fans like you. It's very important, so we greatly appreciate you doing that. Also, head over to Pewter Report TV, our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. It's free, and help us grow our YouTube channel. Now, are you ready for some football? I know I am. I'll be watching the Bucs play the Titans on Saturday night at Raymond James Stadium, and I've got 5 Bucs I'm really going to be keying on, and you should as well. The first guy is number 1. Actually, he's number 2. Kyle Trask, the backup quarterback. All of a sudden, he's got a fight on his hands to stay as the number 2 quarterback with the signing of veteran Teddy Bridgewater. Now, Trask has a healthy head start on Bridgewater, who just got into town. Bridgewater is not going to play in the preseason opener. Doesn't even know the plays yet, much less the guys he's going to throw the ball to. And Trask has been here for 5 years. He spent last year in this offensive system, has plenty of chemistry with all the team's backs, tight ends, and wide receivers. He's headed up and down training camp, if I'm being honest. But Trask is coming off his best preseason last year with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. He can keep Bridgewater at bay and on the practice squad with another good preseason performance. The team wants to see Kyle Trask get this team some touchdown drives and avoid turnovers. So if he can effectively move the team, put points on the board, Kyle Trask will stay as the Bucs backup, and that will force Teddy Bridgewater to the practice squad. Saturday night is a big night for Kyle Trask to start off the preseason with a bang. Second guy that I'm looking forward to seeing is a guy that I know pretty well. Why? Because I went to Kansas State. That's where Jacob Parrish also went to school. The Bucs rookie cornerback has had a really good training camp so far and is probably in the lead for the starting nickelback job, replacing Tyke Smith, who moved on to strong safety this year. Parrish was a starter at K-State as a true freshman due to his poise, his high football IQ, which allowed him to grasp the playbook quickly, and his athleticism. And those same traits have allowed him to make a seamless transition so far to the NFL. Now, Parrish's biggest competition will come from J.J. Roberts, an undrafted free agent defensive back who can play nickel and safety. Both Parrish and Roberts will make the 53-man roster this year. Todd Bowles and the Bucs brass love both of them. So this August is really all about playing time and who can lock down the starting job. Parrish is fast, and he's a tough tackler. But can he make plays on the ball to prevent catches and maybe create some takeaways? We'll find out against the Titans. The third guy I want to mention is an offensive tackle. Now, Charlie Heck is the swing tackle, and he's going to replace Tristan Wirfs at left tackle to start the season until he's ready to return from knee surgery. But second-string left tackle Ben Chikwuma has been catching my eye and the eyes of the Bucs brass in training camp. The undrafted free agent out of Georgia State was born in Nigeria and only has played football for the last 2 years. And that was at Georgia State, not Georgia. That's wild because he doesn't look like a football newbie to me. At 6'5" and over 300 pounds, Chikwuma has all the physical tools, athleticism, and agility to be a very effective tackle. He just needs a bunch of experience. Like a bunch of experience. Look for him to get a ton of playing time this preseason, and I mean a ton. This kid cannot get enough experience this August. He's kind of a feast or famine player right now in practice, where he'll have a dynamic rep followed by a whiff on a block. The Bucs are expecting a lot of improvement from him over the next 3 preseason games, and they want to see a more consistent player emerge into September. The fourth player is an outside linebacker, a pass rusher. And when promising pass rusher David Walker was out for the year due to an unfortunate ACL injury. Well, it opened up a spot at outside linebacker behind Hassan Reddick and Yaya Diaby, as well as the top reserves, Anthony Nelson and Chris Braswell. Will practice squatter Jose Ramirez be able to claim that final outside linebacker spot and make the roster, or is he destined for the practice squad yet again? Ramirez, if you remember, last August had 3 sacks against Jacksonville in the preseason, but it wasn't enough for him to make the roster because you got Marquise Watts, who is a better special teams player and a better athlete. Can Ramirez show some improvement on special teams and have another big sack performance in the preseason to surge past Watts and onto the roster? We'll find out. And finally, I'm curious to see defensive tackle Elijah Roberts and if he can make a splash or two in the preseason. Roberts is such a big dude at 6'4", 290 pounds, and a really good athlete. He was one of the best edge rushers in the country over the last 2 years at SMU. He's making the transition from end to tackle, just like Logan Hall did when he joined the Bucs in 2022. It's going to take some time, and Roberts is a developmental player. But the Bucs have been pleased with the progress he's made in training camp so far, and he does have some natural pass rush ability and a feel for rushing the passer. Is that going to show up on Sunday or on Saturday night against the Tennessee Titans? Is it going to come out in the preseason? And can he accelerate his learning curve starting with this Titans game? I'm anxious to watch him. Elijah Roberts is a great guy. He's doing a camp diary for us on pewterreport.com. So make sure you check that out too. Now, there are a couple of honorable mention players I'll get to in just a second, but I've got to admit, I'm a little disappointed we're not going to see a trio of exciting rookies against the Titans in that preseason opener on Saturday night. Cornerback Benjamin Morrison, wide receiver Tez Johnson, and running back Josh Williams. Those 3 players have missed practice all week. They're not going to play in this game, and that's unfortunate. Now, Morrison's a lock to make the team, but I wanted to see how well he played in his Buccaneer debut because he's gaining some ground for a starting cornerback job with Jamel Dean. Those 2 are kind of going head-to-head opposite Zion McCollum. He's going to make the team, of course, and I think Tez Johnson will make the team as well, but he was in the running for that punt return job, which he's not going to necessarily have an opportunity to claim until he gets healthy. I think Tez Johnson makes this team as a depth receiver, but I want to see how well he does under the lights. And also, too, the running back, Josh Williams, not playing in the preseason as an undrafted free agent might have hurt his chances of making the team. Maybe the Bucs are looking to just stash him on the practice squad. They like his game a lot, but he's missed some time with a hamstring injury and won't play against the Titans. So maybe this hamstring injury is a silver lining to get him on the practice squad. All right, so my honorable mention players for the Bucs-Titans game, new punter Riley Dixon. The Bucs punting situation was a disaster last year. Hopefully Dixon can be that guy. They've already cut Jake Julian, giving the veteran Dixon the job. Let's see some straight kicks with high hang time and high and deep. That's what the Bucs are looking for from their punter. Undrafted free agent, inside linebacker Nick Jackson has flashed in practice. He's a good athlete. I think John Bullock kind of came in with a little bit more acclaim, a little bit more buzz, but Nick Jackson, I think, has outperformed Bullock in training camp. Both those guys might be destined for the practice squad, but can Jackson do enough to earn a spot on the 53 on special teams and also on defense? We'll see. And then finally, Kendall Vildor versus Bryce Hall. I think one of those cornerbacks, they're both veterans. One of them ends up making the team, but probably not both. Who are you looking forward to seeing in the Bucs preseason opener against Tennessee? I'd love to know. Leave me those names in the comment section below. I'm happy to take a look at them as well. And also make sure you follow all of our content at Pewter Report TV. It's where you'll find my Pewter Pulse videos, and the Pewter Report podcast. We'll have Pewter post-game podcasts after the Bucs-Titans game. And follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report, and visit pewterreport.com, the mothership, our website, for more breaking news, inside scoop, injury reports, and game coverage. And I'll be back soon with a new Pewter Pulse.